Welcome back to the show, The Communication Room. Thunder, don't be another bull with Andy Carlson, Minnesota's 87 best weekly podcast, a show about everything and nothing. Zero. Coming right at your ass 1 day a week. Sin Shotgun is Uncle Nick. Give him a follow on Twitter at Nick Sunnight. How's it going?
Good. Thank you for having me.
State Fair time. Tell friends, spread the word. iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio as well. Nick, is this the most wonderful time of the year?
It's one of the most memorable times of the year growing up because I was born and raised in Roseville, Minnesota, and if you're from the Twin Cities, Roseville is right next to Falcon Heights, where the State Fair is. So
amongst other things,
and it was. I spent a lot of my childhood at the State Fair, like that. That's your last hurrah before school started.
Yeah. All right. So when you were a kid, like you would just toddle up there with like your school friends and just win the day.
Yes. Yep.
You just loiter because you had $5 total amongst yourselves.
We saved our money. We were smart. We did all the chores. August was like chore month where you scrounge up. You try to get at least $50 to last you a day out there.
All right. Would you spend it on food and treats and whatnot, or would you spend it on games?
When I was a kid, it was more about games and the rides because I actually didn't, believe it or not, the big guy, I actually did not, I didn't do many State Fair foods when I was there because I was always afraid. I wanted to be on the rides. I did not want to throw up chili cheese dogs and French fries. I was saving my energy and I was winning games, playing posters.
Sucking on chili dogs. Tell a friend, spread the word, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio as well. Someone else who loves the State Fair is Josh Belto, Remax Preferred. You know him, love him, trust him in the Twin Cities market, buying or selling your home. He is the man to go with because he takes it easy and returns your phone calls and is always in contact. Give him a call, 763-213-4617, joshbelto.com, Josh Belto, Remax Preferred. All right, so skipping ahead in the news, 'cause I want to talk about the Eagles because I have strong opinions.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's get your opinion first so I can crush it.
So I can crush it. I am an Eagles fan. They have a lot of fun, sing-alongable songs.
What's your favorite song?
It would have to be... Gosh, right now... Desperado is a good ballad. I can play Take It Easy. It's a simple open chord song. And another song called I Can't Tell You Why, which is a ballad that the bass player sings. The Eagles is a very interesting band, and I wish I knew more about them. What a lot of people kind of know is that they're kind of a rotating group of musicians, especially in the later years. The 70s, they were blowing up. So many hits in the 70s, and then 1980, their last major album together, they had a really major, huge falling out, and they all divided, and then they came back in 94 with the Hell Freezes Over tour because I think that was...
We need money.
And the spin on the joke is... It's like if the Eagles are ever going to get back together, when hell freezes over. And so then they were 5 musicians at a time, and then 4, and now they're down to 3 current musicians. Which is, let's see, Joe Walsh. See, it's Joe Walsh and
It's been a while, so
Don Henley.
Do,
Oh, man.
My girl.
Oh, man.
Actually, we should make this a regular thing where I just randomly bring up your old YouTube videos.
Hope you guys like it.
I have 2 YouTube pages, and I used to record with just a digital camera,
Also, how did you find digital camera that recorded in Square? This is old school.
I don't know. Isn't that how they always did it?
2009. Also, you should bring back that goatee. You look like Mark McGrath.
I think you're the second person who said I should bring back the goatee. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that.
Well,
I guess you would say, what can make
Is there a year when I did that?
way? My
Did what?
girl, my girl, talking about my girl.
Like, I wonder what year I posted that.
it's 2009.
Got so much honey.
Oh my God, that was 9 years ago.
Wait, all right, so October 12th, 2009. So the Vikings probably were about 5-0 that time, depending on when the Pittsburgh week was. So, like, we were feeling good about life. Everything was great. Everything was good, grand, wonderful. And then I think we know.
I do know. Gosh, that was my low point of my life, actually. 2009. That was a year after college. I moved back and stayed with family in St. Paul. Trying to find that full-time job. It was rough.
Was that when you were working at Toys R Us?
Mixed Toys R Us and Cub Foods, yes.
Which job did you hate worse?
Toys R Us.
Oh.
Oh no, yeah. Wait, they hate worse.
Yeah.
Sounds like a double negative.
Yeah. Or did you hate more?
I hated Toys R Us. The managers were a jerk, and I kept getting cut from So, like my shifts would get cut.
Yeah.
And the weekend my brother got engaged and wanted to celebrate, I asked to take time off, and one of the managers said that was fine. Apparently, no one told the store manager. So when I came in that following Monday, he shouted at me in front of everyone in the store, asking where I was this weekend. Why wasn't I working this weekend? I'm like, I told someone I was taking. My brother just got engaged. I'm only scheduled like 15 hours a week.
Yeah.
I feel like it's all right if I take a Saturday off and not come in. So I gave him a 2-week notice right there and there, and I worked like one more shift and I got out of there.
Did it almost come down to fisticuffs?
It almost did.
Could you have taken him?
No.
Does it make you feel better that he's out of a job?
Yeah. I don't want to say it, but yes,
Yeah.
it does. I'm so glad that place went under.
All right, so the Eagles singles, Take It Easy. I feel like it's weird that that's the first one.
It's one of the first ones, yeah.
Yeah.
I have the Greatest Hits album if you want me to pull it up here.
No, I'm just going to run through the list of the singles. So, Witchy Woman,
Yes, great
Peaceful, Easy Feeling. We know that one.
Yep.
Tequila Sunrise. Man, all their good stuff was front-loaded. Already Gone, 1974. James Dean, 74 as well. 75, One of Those Nights. Take It to the Limit, Lion Eyes. 75 was big.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, Hotel California, 77.
Overplayed, I mean, I'm sorry. It's not bad. I can play it on guitar, too. I don't know. I think a lot of people think of Hotel California as that song. It's not to me. I like the other hits much better.
But, I mean, Nick, come on. This version that was on The Big Lebowski, John Turturro as DeJesus. Come on.
I forgot about that.
This is a great movie. Love this movie. Shout out Coen Brothers, powerful St. Louis Park. But I can't remember the last time I actually saw it. Or sat down and watched it,
The thing is, I watched it for the first time at a way too young of age to understand what was going on. And I'm like, what the hell's going on in this movie? Because you have to be somewhat more mature than when I first watched it.
Yeah.
Because it was like 98.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let's just hit it. Should have had a towel over here. All these other the recent singles, like I don't know what they are.
Can you pull? I can't see the list. Can you?
95, Learn to Be Still.
Oh, 95. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of have to think that 1980 was the cutoff point of like the highlight, because they broke up. You have to remember, they broke up in 80 and went together for like 14 years. And you have to look at each of the main musicians.
Oh my God, this is a Spanish dub.
Es un delincuente sexual con antecedentes. Lo encerraron 6 meses por enseñársela a un niño de 8 años. Cuando se fue a vivir a Hollywood tuvo...
This is actually better in Spanish.
A todos que era un pederasta. ¿Qué es un pederasta?
Anyways, are the Eagles touring?
Yes.
Actually, weren't they just here?
I think they were here or they're coming here sometime this summer because I know Don Henley, Joel Walsh, and Timothy Schmidt, who are the three original or the three like lasting ones that came from like out of the like 1980 lineup. Because Glenn Frey just died this last year.
What's your favorite concert?
Oh, sorry.
What was that?
That was my phone.
Oh. You dropped your phone.
I stopped my phone. Yep.
What's your favorite concert venue in the cities?
XL still. I think XL can. I think they hold the sound the best from all the places I've ever been to. Target Center is okay.
Yeah. You don't like Target Field?
I've never been there for a concert.
You don't like U.S. Bank Stadium?
I've never been there for a concert. I think T-Swift is coming next weekend.
I feel like they're both just big because like a bunch of people have gone to a concert at U.S. Bank Stadium. Just like the acoustics aren't great. It's almost like you're in a glass building.
That's what I hear too, and that's kind of my big concern. I don't know anyone who complains about XL.
Yeah.
Target Center is hit or miss, I think, depending on where you sit. So I would say XL is like the place to go.
Nick, can you turn that lamp on?
Yeah.
All right, so State Fair is here. We're going to go next Wednesday. So next week on the show, we'll have a trip report. Now, I haven't been to the State Fair in a long time, but the kid is at the age where she starts forming memories, and we'll go to the animal barn. Is there an animal barn at the State Fair still?
Yes.
Or is it all just deep fried stuff?
It's no. There's plenty of animals.
All right, good, because that's what you'll be most interested in. We're going on, next Wednesday. So what we're banking on is, hey, the fair's already a week old, and it's middle of the week, so hopefully it's not as busy.
Yes. That's the kind of key. The big thing is not being on the weekend.
Yeah, I would choose death. I would prefer death.
A lot of people do. I mean, that's why there are quite a few people in the Twin Cities who aren't fans of the State Fair.
And it's I do think it's awesome though, like those vendors who basically make a year's worth of cash in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah. I mean,
just no sleep, spend half of their take on meth to stay awake.
I've had friends who work the State. My cousin Brian worked the State Fair. It's like out of the 12 days that it's open, like working 10 of them, and you're working 12-hour days, 14-hour days. I'm sweating from sunrise to sunset. I was watching the news this morning, 6 o'clock, and the people at the fair, people are coming in. I didn't remember them ever opening this early before, but yeah, I think you can get into the State Fair at 6:30 now.
Man, I don't know. I like. Also, did you see that the first person in was a lady in Packers jersey?
I did not see that.
That's a pretty good troll job. I actually respect that. But you set off you're a corn dog connoisseur.
It's the one thing I like to always get there is a simple corn dog. I mean that's it sounds lazy, but I mean it's a corn dog. It just sustenance.
Have you ever made corn dogs on your own?
No, I have not.
Or did you ever buy like those frozen corn dogs that you put in the microwave?
Growing up, yes.
Yeah.
And I regret that. They're not the same.
Man,
they're not the same.
We ate a lot of garbage as a kid because I remember eating those microwavable those big pans of like turkey slices and gravy.
Oh yeah. Like the Encore.
Yeah.
Encore family dinners.
Yeah, and like those Knorr sides where it's like just a packet of noodles and just like sodium benzoate dye number 5 crap. It's like I don't know, man.
It was the time, man. We didn't know it would do what it does now.
Well,
we still do, and we still buy it because no one gives a crap.
This is why we're all dead inside. but that's okay. We got a game. We got Brewery Indie Band Iowa edition, and then we got the news as well. So, actually, why don't we fire up the game? Let's play a little Brewery or Indie Band. If I can get this to play. Oh, I see what's wrong. Don't worry.
What was your thought on the Eagles?
Oh, they're okay. That's my strong thoughts on the Eagles. Where it's like, yeah, you know, all the songs, they're really easy to sing along to. I feel like my scale is karaoke songs. Like if you can pick out one of those songs, then you can do damage at karaoke, and no one's much of the wiser. But overrated, underrated, I think they're properly. I think they're fine. But Ty and Lebowski was like, I hate the effing Eagles, man. Yeah, that's like, yeah. Also, the Philadelphia Eagles said.
Oh yeah. That's how they relate.
Yeah. All right, Brewery Indie Band. All right, so Iowa edition. Here we go. Producer Allie's given us 15 names of breweries and or indie bands in the great state of Iowa. Very much corn-fed, powerful Iowa. What's going on? All right, so you know the game. Uncle Nick and I will write down our answers. We'll go back and forth. Nick, do you have pen or paper?
I'll do it on my phone.
All right, there.
If you trust me.
Yeah. So here we go. Play along at home. Tweet in your scores. So with number 1 on Brewery Indie Band Iowa edition, Alluvial. Alluvial. Alluvial.
I'm already worried about this one.
Actually, it would be funny if our friend Tom's band was on here. She just randomly found him.
Oh, yeah, that'd be funny.
Alluvial.
I wrote something down.
I'll say Brewery.
I said Brewery, too.
Both said Brewery. Alluvial. Brewery. Nailed it. Wonder where some of these places are. That would be good to know. But anyways, number 2 out of 15, Bad Omens. Bad Omens. I feel like this is just begging to be a band. It's like Bad Omens Brewery. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So I'm going to say band.
I said Brewery.
Ooh, we differ. Bad Omens. Band. Nailed it. And I just gained an insurmountable 2-1 lead. It's okay, Nick. It's fine. Yeah. Next up is Big Grove. Big Grove. All right. This seems like a brewery. So I'll say brewery.
I said band.
Ooh, we differ. Big Grove. Brewery.
Oh.
Nick, I think you're effed.
Hate you.
I think it's over. It's okay. It's not your fault, Nick. It's not
Wait
your
a
fault.
second.
What?
No. We'll talk about it when we get to it.
What'd you do?
You'll see that when we get to number 12.
Oh, it's like, yeah. All right, so number 4. Blackstone Cherry. Blackstone Cherry. All right, so I feel like this is a band, and it's going to be like a ripoff of Buck Cherry. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'll say band.
I said band.
Both said band. Blackstone Cherry. Band. All right, so pardon me. I'm actually going to Google this because I really want them to be a Buck Cherry tribute band or something. All right, Blackstone Cherry. Oh, they have tour dates. They're going to be in love. Oh, they have a Wikipedia page. What? Oh, it says they're from Kentucky. What is this? This game is a sham.
I'm going to get Allie on the phone.
Yeah. Very upset. Anyways. She could have put Slipknot on here. I guess they're not an indie band, though. Number 5. I have a... Did I get that one right? Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, we both got them right. All right, so I lead 4-2. Brewery or Indie Band Iowa edition. Next up is Confluence. Confluence. I will say that they are a band.
I said Brewery.
We differ. Confluence. Brewery. No.
Yes, catching up.
I'm very upset. All right, so I lead 4-3 into number 6, Brewery Indie Band, Iowa edition, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Good movie.
Who's in that?
Steve Martin, John. I think John Cleese might be the.
Yeah.
I forgot who the woman was. Shoot. Very funny movie in the 80s.
I will say it's got to be a band, right? Oh,
I clicked on it.
Yeah. All right.
I said band too, and I'm honest.
We're both going to say band. So that's my bad. Brain fart. All right. So I lead 5-4, and we're keeping on rolling on. Next up is numero 7 on Brewery Indie Band, Fatal Addiction. Fatal Addiction on Brewery or Indie Band. I will say Fatal Addiction is a band.
Agreed. Yeah, band.
Both said band. Both are correct. Band. Fatal Addiction. Coming on in. All right, so 6-5. I am flying high. So we hit the midway point, number 8. Fly Life. Fly Life.
It's like you're saying fried rice.
I'll say band.
I said brewery.
We differ. Fly Life. Band. It's okay, Nick.
It's not okay.
It'll all be over soon. So I lead 7-5 as we head into number 9, Gardenside. Gardenside. Brewery Indie Band. I'm going to say brewery.
I said brewery.
Both said brewery. Both are incorrect. Band.
Band. Dang.
It's a dumb name for a band.
Savage Garden Side.
Next up, number 10, Gnarly. G Gnarly.
A great level in Super Mario World.
Yeah, I was just to say, for a long time as a kid, I didn't know that's how it was pronounced, so I said G Gnarly. Yeah. So Gnarly. I can see this going both ways. I will say Gnarly is a band.
I said band.
Both said band. Both are correct. All right, so 8-6. I have a 2-point lead. We got 5 to go. Brewery Indie Band, Iowa edition. Number 11, Madball. Madball. Okay. I will say that Madball is... I'll say it's a band.
I said band.
Both said band. Both are band. Correct. Nice. All right, 9-7. Still a 2-point lead. Oh, this is when you're talking about Mason City?
Yeah. I know that city.
I'm just going to go on a limb. Say that Mason City is a brewery.
I said brewery, too.
Same. Brewery. Nailed it. All right, 10-8. 2-point lead. We got 3 to go. Crunch time for Nick. Nick, you have to sweep. And
sure. Okay.
Actually, Nick, here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to answer the last 3. So it'll just be all on you. So
you'll give it to me? I have the 3 answers.
So if you get all 3 right, you win.
You're going to give that to me? Okay.
Sure. But how about this? If you're tied going into the last one, then I'll guess.
Okay, fine.
All right. Aso.
I was wondering if you wanted to say anything about it before. I have no idea what language that is. Aso. If that's like a... It's like something
I think it's English. It's just OSO.
I don't think that sounds fake. I said band.
This is brewery. You lose.
Yeah, fine.
Aso. Band.
Oh.
Intrigue. 10-9. 2 to go. Peace Tree.
Right away, I picked this one, but I'm going to say brewery. I can see it as being a Christian rock band, but I'm going to go brewery. I think Peace Tree just sounds way too weird. Going brewery to stay in the game.
Brewery. Oh, he nailed it. Oh, my goodness. 10-10. Last one to go.
May I ask you, what would you have called the last 2?
I probably would have said both band.
Okay.
Last one is single speed. Single speed. All right, so since we're tied, I'm going to hop in.
Okay. I have my answer down. So.
What should I do? I'm going to say band.
I said band too.
Both said band. Both are. We're correct.
Wow. It's all one word.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was a typo or not.
And that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. So we have a tie, Brewery and band, because I got cocky. It's okay. We'll take a tie.
I'm happy. How much did we get right out of the 15?
We each got 10.
10?
10 out
That's
of 15.
not too bad.
Yeah. I mean, we'll take that. All right. Nick, get the news ready, and then I will tell the good people about the wonderful Strother Communications Group, because digital marketing super important, as well as your website. And if you check out purplefdw.com, it is super sleek, super sexy, super efficient, and looks great on mobile as well, because that is super important. So if your business, your brand can use a little bit of freshening up, go with the pros. Find out more, go to scgpr.com, the Strother Communications Group. All right, let's get into the news.
You are fake news. Sir, go ahead. Can you...
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
I ain't got time to believe. You can't handle the truth.
The news with Uncle Nick.
All right, Nick, what's going on in the world today, son?
All right, our first story that you have lined up is talking about the Eagles again. The Eagles have the best-selling album of all time, according to NPR. The story came out, the Recording Industry Association of America, the RIAA, that typically keeps track of all album sales, record sales, and whatnot, currently lists the band's greatest hits to 1971 and 1975 as being the best-selling album of all time, going 38 million albums sold worldwide.
Yeah.
So 38 times platinum, which is overlapping the number 2 record of all time, which is Michael Jackson's Thriller at 33 million sales.
She got a light-skinned friend, looks like Michael Jackson. Got a dark-skinned friend, looks like Michael Jackson. Wait, do they have to divide it by how many members are in the band? Because that's only fair.
No, what? No, that's not
fine.
how.
Yeah. So who's gonna catch him?
Who's gonna catch him?
If you had to bet someone to catch him.
Outside of Michael Jackson, outside of the Eagles.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the other major. I mean, I would argue maybe the Beatles. I'm surprised they're not. What I'm worried about with this list is because I'm a music person. I love, I've done my own podcast, the entertainment stuff. There's a lot of different. You can go online and type in greatest albums of all time or best selling albums, and you can get a lot of different numbers and responses, depending on worldwide versus U.S. versus. It's crazy. So I'm still worried about these RIAA ones, especially now that with like the digital age and buying singles and stuff, like them comprising these numbers. I think the Michael Jackson album is probably a lot closer, and that's why the link is saying the Eagles have the best-selling album of all time for now, until more numbers come in. But I would say the Beatles might have a good chance. I think Garth Brooks, maybe Elvis, have always been one of those musicians that sell records long after they're gone too. So I'll put one of those ones. I think when it comes to, and again, let's go back to this main topic was albums. Who has a really good album, and I kind of think Greatest Hits is kind of cheating a little bit because Billy Joel's Greatest Hits has always been kind of high up there on the most one of the biggest selling albums of all time as well. The Greatest Hits 1 and 2, which was a double album. So I don't know. To take my answer back, I don't know if Billy Joel would be. I might go Elvis or the Beatles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, any of those. Elvis, I'm sure that's probably Greatest Hits. Any of the Beatles' normal albums, I think could be up there. As a music fan, what do you think? Or non-music.
Nah.
Yeah, because this doesn't matter money-wise. It's not. The Eagles aren't getting like a bonus 10,000. So the Eagles are the ones who are left are still touring right now. Michael Jackson, R.I.P. Elvis, R.I.P. It doesn't. I don't know. I'm still, as I said, I was very nervous looking into this article, and you can go to Wikipedia, type in best-selling albums, and I think some of their lists are actually kind of off too, and don't correlate with this one. Because I think Garth Brooks is kind of considered a high up there artist.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean the country's huge, so.
Yeah. What's next?
All right. Mighty Duck star declares, "I'm going to recover," as he checks into rehab. There's a couple stories actually breaking now. Ben Affleck is breaking news right now, going into rehab right now. So, I mean, obviously, I think we talked about rehab with Demi Lovato with stuff. So, but I think for our generation, what matters the most is the Mighty Duck star, the guy Sean Wise, who played the infamous Greg Goldberg in the 3 Mighty Ducks films, is being I think struggling with, I believe it's they're saying drug abuse. So I mean, wide variety, but I mean specifically drugs. I thought maybe alcohol might be involved, but
no.
Because he was arrested earlier this month for public intoxication and released without charges.
Yeah, and all that his mugshot went viral. It's like Goldberg is not looking great.
Which is too bad. I mean, as I said, he's our generation, and this isn't the first celebrity to try to get into rehab, trying to take care of himself, trying to do a better life. So, I say we wish him the best and hope he recovers. And, when they remake Mighty Ducks in a couple of years, maybe he'll cameo as like Janitor 4.
Are we a little bit too old, or excuse me, too young for Sandlot?
I'm not. I grew up with Sandlot.
I hate Sandlot.
Wow.
I just don't like it.
I liked it. I was a big Sandlot fan.
I don't know, I get it. Nostalgia plays really big, but I just never bought into it. I don't know why. I like Little Big League way better. Maybe it's just because that's a Twins movie.
Maybe. If you grew up with it, maybe, I think, because I grew up with Sandlot over Little Big League, believe it or not. I've seen Sandlot way more often than I have Little Big League.
Because didn't they just have another Sandlot reunion?
I think so. I think every summer they seem to they're not all doing anything, so they'll go somewhere. Because I think they were in, I think they went to Target Field a couple years ago, or a couple of them, I think, were just happened to be there, and I think they played the movie Sandlot on the jumbo screen. So
yeah, which movie do you think has gotten more mileage on nostalgia, that or Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Rocky Horror Picture Show, because I think there is a lot of older adults who fill up movie theaters, from what I've seen or from what I've heard. Because that's been going on for such a long time. That was 70s, I think.
Yeah.
Oh God, Tim Curry. I think he's on his last.
Is Tim Curry still around?
He had a major stroke a number of years ago, and I think so. He wasn't looking good because I know with this new It movie that came out, I think people were tapping him to because the one Skarsgård or whatever his name is, who was going to be the new It, I think wanted Tim Curry's blessing. I think he was able to give it, but I think he was still kind of facially paralyzed and stuff, and needs wheelchair assistance.
Ah, come on! He was so good in Clue and Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, anyway, what's next?
All right, local story from WCCO. It was the image that's recognized around the world. It's a photograph that many people might not think is Minnesotan, but it's.
That makes me depressed. Sorry, I brought up a picture of Tim Curry.
Oh no! Oh yeah, that's what he looks like now. It's a picture. Let's see. Let me get to the. It's known as Home of the Picture Grace.
Yeah.
It shows a picture of an old Swedish immigrant, Eric Enstrom, who took the photo of an elderly man who was praying right before that one.
Yeah. Because this is in my church growing up, and I've seen it hundreds of times and never really thought about it. I didn't even know he was wearing a flannel shirt because I thought he was wearing. Maybe we had a darker one, like this, because it looked like he was wearing just like, because I thought he was like a monk, but no, this just looks like everyone's grandpa, like in like the flannel shirt. And he's like, yeah, I can't, I'm praying before this nice lunch of gruel and bread.
Yeah, I had, my grandparents had one. It seemed like as common as like the Mona Lisa or something, you know, it's just something that we seem to have. And, I want to thank my buddy Mark for posting this online because I cannot believe I saw this story like that. I'm like, holy crap, I've seen this picture. It's a photograph which in 2002 became, and I didn't know there was a thing like this, but it became the state photograph, Minnesota state photograph. It doesn't even make sense. We have a state bird. We have a state photograph now. It's crazy.
We need a state podcast.
It should be this one.
No, it should be Purple for the One.
Damn.
But this painting too is like, hold on, I need to rest my lenses down on top of this dictionary.
That could be a Bible.
That's not a Bible. That is way too thick to be the Bible.
That's how the Bible used to be written back then.
Well, no, like it could be that thick if it was wider, but I mean that's not a very wide book.
Who has the dictionary right by the bread and soup?
This guy. He's got a really sharp knife right next to him, just in case he has second thoughts about what's going on. Oh, there's so many variations. Like an updated one where it looks like Steve Wozniak praying over a pot pie.
That might actually should be the photo for this episode.
All right, so it was actually a photo before it was a painting?
It was a photo.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a photo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That just blew my mind.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. All right. Anyways, what's that? Anyways, what's next?
A little story between me and Andy, who are big fans of the TV show Leverage. It was Timothy Hutton's birthday, the star of the 2007? It was like the 2000 TV series Leverage that was on, I believe, TNT.
Yeah.
Because they know drama. And what's it called? And what's always great for a show that's been on for a good solid 5 years, had its run, I think, ended in the mid to late 2000s.
With a stupid ending, by the way. You could tell it was very rushed.
If you follow the five main actors on Twitter or Instagram, you'll notice that this last week for Timothy Hutton's 58th birthday, all five of them came back. And they had dinner together, and I think I told Andy on my Twitter page, I retweeted it now, a very cute video of Beth Riesgrath, who I think is from Minnesota, having dinner, taking a Twitter video with, showing Aldous Hodge, who played Hardison, Gina Bellman.
She's from Belle Plaine, Minnesota, just southwest of the city.
Yep, I think she was in the Twin Cities. I think the same time we went to a Saints game once, because I think I saw on Twitter like, holy crap, she's right by the Twins, the Saints game.
Oh, she's married to Jason Lee. That's weird.
She was. They're broken up now. They have a kid. Anyway, the five main stars, the thief, the muscle, the mastermind, the tech guy, and the actor.
Let's just watch the trailer. Yeah, let's get that nice.
In a dishonest world, I call the shots, I run the game. Am I a white knight, black king? If you have to ask, you're on the wrong side.
TNT this December. TNT. Get ready to get even.
Doors open.
No surprises now. 5, 4, 3. She's gone. Son of a...
The rich and powerful take what they want. We take it back.
Let's go break the law just one more time. Ha ha ha!
Academy Award winner Timothy Hutton.
Sometimes bad guys...
That's so weird.
...make the best good guys. We provide leverage.
A daring new series. This December.
It was a good show. I
thought it was a great show.
In terms of shows where you can just come in on any episode. It's going to be 44 minutes. It's self-contained storyline. Like, yeah, there's some overriding story arc on some of the seasons, but I mean, it's just nice. As opposed to shows like Lost, is like, or even like Breaking Bad, which I love, but it's like, I have to pay attention.
Yeah, so as I said, the show I think has been off the air, 5-7 years now. Many of these actors have gone on to do similar TV show roles and whatnot, but it's a show that's nostalgic that me and Andy both loved. And to see just this last week for Timothy Hutton's birthday, all five, like the 5 main cast stars, were just having dinner together, and they were treating, looked like they had a really good time, and I love that. It's great to see them on the social media. Maybe with all the talks of of all these shows and reboots and stuff come back, things can they could come up with a season 6
or a movie. Is that the trope that they always do?
Movie.
It can come back with a movie.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's the last one?
All right. Speaking of movies, if you're looking for a good movie this last weekend, Billionaire Boys Club, starring Kevin Spacey, set some records, I guess, to say the least. On opening night, it has been reported that it made just $126. So not nationwide, but we're saying in I think a select amount of, I believe, 8 to 10 theaters. So 10 theaters. Think about it. That's $12.60 per theater. That's literally one ticket, probably. Not even for sometimes if they went if you go night, sometimes it's $15.
Yeah, it's not a lot. They do not do well.
Yes, and I did some research after this, and obviously I think a lot of it might have to do with Kevin Spacey maybe being, doing some stuff that he shouldn't have been doing. The plot, this movie wasn't really advertised well, at all. I mean, obviously maybe you can blame that on Kevin Smith. It has
Spacey.
What'd I say?
Kevin Smith.
I blame Kevin Smith too. Again, love Kevin Smith. Enzel Elgort, Taron Egerton. Carrie Always is in it. Emma Roberts. Billy Lord. There was a number of people in it. Judd Nelson. There were people
Judd
in this.
Nelson.
I'm sorry. And there were people in the thing, but and just so people don't worry, the full weekend, the movie ended up grossing up to $618.
Wow.
Over the weekend. But internationally, the film did gross over $1 million. So it's not exactly dead on water, but yeah, with a $15 million budget, I don't think it's making it back.
Good. That is all. All right. And that is eventually going to be the news.
With Uncle Nick.
From the entire Channel 4 news team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go yourself, San Diego.
Nick, what are you doing this weekend?
I have a family reunion I will be going to.
It's a family reunion. They tell you, Nick, why do you drink to be here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's it going down?
It was going down in the city of Shoreview. We went to a pavilion in a park. I don't remember which park it is.
Oh.
I just drive to it. So yeah, a few hours there. Might do an early state fair visit that evening, and then I think fantasy football.
If you could only get one food item, what's it going to be?
We talked about corn dogs, but a specialty, not usual item is the steak sandwich at Mancini's in the fair.
Hey, Baba da Boopy. Subscribe to the show, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. And if you enjoy the show, tell a friend, spread the word. Add to the Jerome Homie Army. Big thanks to producer Ali for making us not sound so stupid today. But for Nick, I'm Andy saying, and Young Sayonara. And bye-bye. We'll talk to you next week-o.
Thanks for listening to Bowl with Andy Carlson, Minnesota's 87th best daily podcast. Download the show on iTunes. Everyone's middle name is Jerome.